So last but not least, we are going to learn how to save our work. So you can either save it and share it on email. This helps us to put, if you want to know, okay, before we can know how to save our work, if you want to know the distance between one place to another, you come here and use our ruler. So at least the path from here to here is those kilometers. So we can use Google Earth to also determine the size of IUEA. So just like you've seen me draw a ruler from here to here and it's giving me the distance in kilometers, if you want you can change it inch, feet to yard. So as long as you're sure, you can also be able to get information on surveying. If you want to use a line, use a line. If you want to draw a path, you can draw a path that, you know what, I need to know how big this path is. So if you have your house at home and you want to know how many acres Mosaic has, you can also do this. So you do that, and then maybe you change it according to what you want. If you don't want it in kilometers, you choose any of these. So that is one way. If you want to make a polygon, then you can make a polygon. Can make a polygon, and you see how big the polygon is. If you want to make a circle, you can also make a circle. You can also make a circle. As you can see, for example, I want to know how big Kansanga is. I can do that. Yes. So if someone asks you that in a radius of maybe 50 feet, they want you to cover up the whole of Kansanga, you can use this. So it's giving you that radius. I know some of you have watched this in movies and you cannot imagine a 3D path. You can also do it just the same way. So otherwise, that's how we use this ruler to determine the sizes. So you can precisely know that I covered this ground and this is how big it is in square kilometers, in kilometers. You can change the units from there. So in case of any questions, so when you finish and you still want it to be there, you can save it up and give it a name. So I'm not interested in saving it, so I'm just going to click on X. Otherwise, if I tell you that I want you to determine the size of IUEA, how big is IUEA after you've drawn all this, please feel free to use the ruler. Come to the ruler, put in a path, and know the size of IUEA. I'm not necessarily saying you should know the size of IUEA. It can be any other part. So you draw your path, blah blah blah. So I'm not going to draw it. Should be able to tell the size. Even in your village, you can now know your parents, how big your land is by using Google Earth. So thank you. That's the end of this module on how to use a ruler. So we are going to learn how to save our work so that the map can be a map. Thank you very much. We end here for this module.